welcome back to the next video, and this is going to be another hero breakdown video in which we will talk about Eddie. Now we are going to do our breakdown in a usual manner, where we will talk about first how to get this hero, then we will do the skills breakdown, and after that we'll talk about the skill sequence to get him battle ready faster, and a potential talent tree if you want to lead with him, and possible uses and whom to pair him with. Also, from previous video onwards, I have started to add overall review of the hero as well, like whether this particular hero is worth developing or not, and what would be a good alternative. So that will come at the end. So now let's start with how to get this hero. Now this is one of the top commander heroes, and he's going to be an option with either Thunder or Riven. Now I did make a video on which particular top commander hero to go for depending on your gaming style, so I'm going to put that link in the description, so go watch that if you have any confusion whether to go for him or any other top commander hero, because we have top commander coming up next week, or these three hero right now, so that would be helpful, I guess. So to get him again, you have to rank between rank 1 and rank 15 to get at least 10 fragments to unlock this hero, and then you can develop his skills. So that's how you get him. Next would be his skills. Now his first skill is the rage skill. Rage required 1000, which is standard. Deals damage of 11,300 and gains a shield with shield factor 2500 for 2 seconds. Now this is one of the high damage dealing infantry commanders, and this shield of 2500 does help a lot when you are rallying with him. I'll share why rallying with him is good, but yeah, this particular shield factor does play a good role, and this particular skill is not locked, so this is actually very good. Now next is he gets infantry defense of 30%, and if the remaining squad size is less than 30%, counter damage increased by 15%. So usually by this time you should be heading back, and while heading back you are basically only doing counter damage, so this particular increment does help. So yeah, overall this skill is good because extra defense is good, and while going back you can protect yourself. Third is when leading only infantry squad, increase counter damage by 44%. Now this was the first hero that came out that gives that much amount of counter damage. So if you are putting him on field, make sure that you are having infantry squad only. Don't mix any other troop type, otherwise you won't get this buff. Which is why most people don't like to swarm any rally that has Eddie in it, because of this. And counter rally also, you need to keep it full because he's gonna deal you extra damage the whole time. Plus, when it comes to rally, make sure you are doing a troop type lock where nobody can insert any other troop other than infantry. So that is third. His fourth skill is increase infantry squad HP by 30%. Infantry squad anyway has the highest HP. 30% on top of it is really helpful. So total he gives 60% in defense and HP buffs. Really good. Now during siege, basic attack has 20% chance to reduce enemy's HP by 25% for 2 seconds. This effect can be triggered at most once in 6 seconds. Now this cannot be silenced. So every 6 seconds there is a chance 1 in 5 to reduce enemy HP for 2 seconds by 25%, which is really good. This is why if there is an infantry rally going on, most people try to launch it with Eddie because of the counter damage effect, and this really helpful. So this is basically half siege and half you can use him on field. So out of these four, let's talk about fifth. So his awakened skill is a new skill where when shield is broken or disappears, reduces HP of up to 3 enemy squads by 20% for 2 seconds. Now it doesn't have any trigger rate, so whenever shield is broken it doesn't say his shield, the shield. Since he came out quite a while back, so we know already that it does affect by other shields that are put on him. So if you have a hero in support that can provide a shield as well, we already have few names coming in mind, so that shield count, and plus he has his own shield as well. So whenever that shield breaks or disappears, we get this extra 20% HP reduction for multiple enemies, including the one that he's hitting. And I would say pairing him with any hero that has a shield effect will help you a lot. Now, what would be a good sequence for him for developing his skills? Again, he can be used on field and siege. So 1, 3, 2, and 4 would work best. The reason being, most of us are not, you can say, rally commanders. So we would like to have this particular hero be ready for field as soon as possible. First skill is going to definitely help because that much damage on skill drop is good. Now we go for 3. The reason being, you get this much of counter attack, which will help you to stay on the field longer and deal more damage to the enemy. Defense would be helpful because again, this will help you more on field rather than more on rallies. Lastly, HP buff, and this is basically half siege skill, so that's why I went with this last. Now, his potential talent build would be this. I would say this works best for me in both, you can say, field or siege if I'm leading with him, because getting extra attack, defense, HP would definitely help. I'm picking up some rage and extra attack and defense. Plus, this one help because it is not tied to any particular role. It is on siege tree, but reduces counter damage taken by 10% does help. So I'm dealing extra counter damage and reducing my own. So that's good. But most likely I'm going to put him on support with somebody who can build better rage than him, because he doesn't have any skill or talent that build a lot of rage. Now, who I can pair this particular hero with? For field, I would definitely pair him with Adut, because she does have a really good amount of damage plus defense going on. She does increase her own attack a lot on field particularly, and she does have a skill tree to generate extra rage, which will help Eddie's skill damage as well. Next would be Miyamoto. He's a new hero that came out, and I already did a breakdown video on him, so he will be helpful as a lead, because again, skill tree, extra rage would be helpful. I would definitely can pair him with Bianca, because Bianca does have extra rage building going on, and she does have one really good thing, shield. Every 10 seconds, cannot be silenced. It does affect 3 squads, so you can either pair with him and guarantee that this shield goes on you, basically Eddie's squad, and reduces the HP of the enemy. Now this particular pairing is good when Eddie is awakened. She does have really good attack and defense buff on herself, and we can pick up a lot from her talent tree as well. So that would be another pair, and another pair that we can have him with is obviously Raigoro, because his shield is a lot, and if you get swarmed, he will generate so much rage for Eddie. It's gonna be really helpful. Again, these two, Bianca and Raigoro, are when your Eddie is awakened. If not, I would rather pair him with Adut mostly. But yeah, these are good pairs to have. Anything that can build rage for him. Now, one, you can say, a special case when you want to launch a counter rally on anything, you can have him paired with Rin. Again, she's a new hero. I did a breakdown video for her, and I explained why her being paired with Eddie on a counter rally specifically would be helpful. Because counter rally is mostly on your alliance territory, and you get extra defense from her. She has amazing damage going on, and she has 2 different types of shields. And what do Eddie do with the broken or disappearing shield? Reduces HP. So there's that much more chance to reduce HP of the enemy. So this is going to be one good pair that I would like to see on a counter rally. I haven't seen it. So that would be another one. For Siege, I would again, Adut would be a good pair. With Siege, I've seen Adut and Eddie's rallies. And Miyamoto would be a good Siege captain with Eddie. That would work well. And you can definitely have, where is he? Robert and Eddie rally work very well. We have all seen that. So these will be good pairs to have for siege. Again, all of them, Eddie is in support. Now the overall review for Eddie. Now he's a really good infantry hero, really good for infantry rallies. After him, infantry rallies are actually deadly. Also, he's really good on field. One thing to keep in mind that if you are launching any squad with him, make sure that he has only infantry in it. Otherwise, his counter attack, which is the most important skill he has, doesn't apply. That is one reason why I don't recommend him being put on garrison, because there will be one person who is not going to listen and put something else in the tower or whatever you're garrisoning other than infantry. That will basically screw up everybody in the alliance who is on that garrison. So if you can control any garrison that, okay, only infantry is going to go inside, then him on garrison would work. Otherwise, I would not recommend him on garrison. And with that, that's all for Eddie. I really appreciate you guys watching. If I missed anything or there's any questions, we can have a discussion in the comment section. Please let me know. And also you can reach me in the game. I'm currently in region 313. So you can reach me here. And with this, thank you very much. And I will see you guys in the next video very soon.